clock is ticking. And T.J. Watt not practicing yesterday. He could miss the season opener with the Bills due to this lingering contract problem. Look, I don't get it because the Steelers don't do new contracts after week 1. So you gain nothing by not playing if you're T.J. Watt. They don't do new contracts unless they're going to break their long-standing rule, Chris. So this either gets done this week or he's getting $10.1 million in the 5th year of his rookie contract. But this is right up against the wire, and it's clearly affecting his preparation for the first game of the season. A tough first game of the season, not some quick and easy, starters will be on the sideline by the third quarter because we're going to roll up the score. This is a tough game, one of the toughest of the year for the Steelers.
Yeah,
at Buffalo.
Yeah, 100%. First off, it doesn't look good. Second off, I don't care if he's practiced. He hasn't practiced yet. This is the game. This is a huge game right off the bat. This could have playoff implications later on in the year. It could come down to who gets the home playoff. Who gets into the playoffs, who doesn't. These are two really quality football teams, and of course, it's Josh Allen. Josh Allen has officially fallen into that category of you need some special people to get after him, or he can almost beat you by himself, creating own plays out of the pocket and all of that stuff he does off schedule. So, yes, it's huge. And, of course, T.J. Watt, one of the best defenders in all of football. I'm shocked it's gone this way. I'm sick of hearing about, the rules, though. Stop with the rules, Pittsburgh, okay? We don't do this. Well, you better. He's your best player. You better change your rule to get your best player on the football field in the AFC North this year. So that's where it's a little surprising. And, okay, so if they don't do contracts after week 1, so then what's T.J. Watt going to do? He's going to sit out longer? I don't know where this goes right now, but I'm just shocked we're not farther down the road.
And the other rule that complicates the situation, the Steelers, one of just a handful of teams that won't put fully guaranteed payments beyond the first year of a contract. They'll give you a huge signing bonus, guarantee your salary year 1, injury guarantees after that, but not injury, skill, and cap guarantees beyond that. Full guarantees, they won't do it. You got to put a lot of money in escrow. I assume that's why the Steelers don't do it. It's one of their rules. Well, it's a problem here because T.J. Watt wants and he's earned to have that guarantee that stretches beyond year 1. So a couple of the Steelers' rules that cut against what other teams do, complicating this situation, Chris.
Yes. Yes, they sometimes seem to handcuff themselves a little bit in these situations. But, the other thing, Mike, that just, again, comes to the forefront of my mind is what we talked about a few weeks ago. It's what's the number we're looking at for T.J. Watt? We hit on it the Joey Bosa contract is ludicrous compared to everybody else. It's $2 million more than Myles Garrett, and Joey Bosa doesn't have as many sacks as T.J. Watt does during his career. And T.J. Watt played one less season in the NFL. So, T.J. Watt's looking at it going, well, I should get north of him. I've outplayed the guy who's making $27 million a year. That's, to me, again, they got to be part of this issue to where he's probably looking at that going, wait, I'm the best player in your defense. I'm one of the best pass rushers in football. I do everything right on and off the field. I'm the model citizen. I'm everything you want for your organization. Joey Bosa's getting $27 million. Why wouldn't I get a little bit more than that? That to me, has to be an issue with this negotiation.
And there's a way to get him to $27 million and $10,000 or $27.1 million. There's a way to do it.
Yeah.
You can load up the salaries on the back end, non-guaranteed. You can much more easily overcome Joey Bosa than you can overcome the full guarantee that Bosa got at signing. That's the challenge here. It's not, oh, hey, highest paid defensive player in league history. Well, how many of the years of this contract is he actually going to do? It's about how much is it worth at the time you sign it. I have a feeling that is a major impediment. And nobody's talking. Whatever agreement Watt's camp and the Steelers have reached,
I hear nothing.
It's working.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying anything. And look, we've talked about hold-ins throughout all of training camp in the preseason. At some point, the rubber meets the road. At some point, it's time to play. You didn't hold out. You're here. You need to play. You need to work. It's conduct detrimental to the team if you refuse to do what you're told to do. That's the one thing that I've been confused by. it looks like the ice is finally broken in Seattle between Dwayne Brown and the team, and he's going to practice and play even though he doesn't have a new contract. At some point, you got to work. And I have a feeling that it's going to come to a head here in the next couple of days. It has to. It's a deadline-driven business. Now is the time for everyone to come to their bottom line and get this thing done. And I have a feeling, because they've worked cooperatively throughout this, they've let him stay away, nobody's saying anything, I have a feeling they're going to get it done.
I would think so. That's at least where I'd like to think. I mean, they're just too valuable of a football player. It's too big of a year for their football team. They've taken the risk of going one more year with Big Ben. They need the defense to be dominant. They do. But yeah, they got lots of dollar signs on the horizon because TJ Watt, you're going to have to pay him like one of the best defensive players in football. And then guess what? Minkah Fitzpatrick's coming. You're going to have to pay him like one of the best safeties in football. So they got some things they got to juggle around and figure it out. But most importantly, they need TJ Watt out there week 1 for sure.
And they've got cap issues, it seems like, every single year, which is part of this problem.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.